Hello my dear students and welcome to Zenith Academy Online. My name is Shagufta Jaipuri and today we are doing a very important topic of ICSE class 10, that is acids, bases and salts, and this is part 1 of this chapter. In this part 1, we'll talk in detail about acids, the different types of acids, the classification of acids, bases, alkalis, what's the difference between alkalis and bases. Then we'll talk about uses of acids and bases, and we'll talk about reaction of acids with bases, that is the neutralization reaction. So let's go ahead and understand in deep what are acids. So an acid is a compound which when dissolved in water yields hydronium ions. What are hydronium ions? H3O plus. Okay, so acid is a compound which when dissolved in water yields, that is gives out hydronium ions as the only positively charged ions. Okay, the examples of acids are HCl and H2SO4. So here I'll show you. See, HCl, okay, in the aqueous medium, okay, dissociates into which ions? We know H plus ions and Cl minus ions, right? So a cation and an anion. Now since we know it is an aqueous medium, so this H plus ions, okay, this H plus ions will react with water, okay, it will combine with water to form hydronium ion, H3O plus, okay. So if we add these two reactions, okay, so here this is at right hand side, here it is at left hand side, so it gets cancelled. So we get HCl plus water gives hydronium ion, H3O plus ion and chlorine minus ion. So we can say that HCl is an acid because this when dissolved in water gave hydronium ion as the only positively charged ion. So I'll repeat, what are acids? Acid is a compound which when dissolved in water gives hydronium ion as the only positively charged ion. Earlier we used to talk that what are acids? Acids are those which give H plus ions, okay, but the new concept is acid is a compound which when dissolved in water gives hydronium ion, because whatever H plus it was giving was dissolving in water anyway and forming hydronium ion. So this is how we define acids now. Now let's talk about base. So base is a compound which reacts with the hydronium ion, okay, which reacts with hydronium ion of acid to give salt and water. We know that acid plus base gives salt and water. So what is base? Base is a compound which reacts with acid. The acid, which part it reacts? Hydronium ion. So a base is a compound which reacts with hydronium ion of an acid to give salt and water. Okay. So what are the examples of base? Oxides and hydroxides of metal. We know that metal oxides or metal hydroxides are basic in nature. So what are base? Base are oxides and hydroxides of metal. And non-metal, if we take oxide or hydroxide of non-metal, then it is an acid. But right now we are talking about base, so oxide and hydroxides of metal. So these are the examples. Zinc oxide, you can see, metal oxide. So metal oxide is base. Here also lead oxide, copper oxide, iron hydroxide. This is ferrous hydroxide. This is lead hydroxide and this is cuprous hydroxide. So these are all metal oxides or metal hydroxide. When they react with hydronium ion of an acid, it gives salt and water. So I'll give you an example here. See, copper oxide. This one I am taking. So when this copper oxide react with an acid, okay, so what it should form? It should form salt and water. So which salt? It will form metal salt. So copper and Cl here. So it will form CuCl2 plus water. Now you please balance this. Here if 2, okay, so this is balanced. Okay. Now we'll take copper hydroxide, this one. Okay. So let's take copper hydroxide now. And we'll take another acid. So I'll take H2SO4 now. So it will again form salt and water. Now with salt, cation is here and ion is here. So you know it will form copper sulfate. So it will form copper sulfate and water. You'll have to add to here. Okay, so now this is balanced. So we will recall what is a base. A base is a compound which reacts with hydronium of the acid to form salt and water. So children, if this is base, what is an alkali? So children, alkali is a compound which when dissolved in water yields hydroxyl ions. What are hydroxyl ions? OH minus ions as the only negatively charged ions. We studied in acid. What are acids? Acids are those compounds which when dissolved in water give hydronium ion. Here alkalis are those compounds which when dissolved in water gives hydroxyl ion. As the only, now you can see this is negative. So as the only negatively charged ions. So what are the example? Potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide. These two are examples of strong alkalis, whereas weak alkalis are calcium hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide. I'll tell you what strong alkalis and weak alkalis are later on in this video lesson. So what is the difference between alkali and base? So alkali is nothing but a base. But which base? A base that is soluble in water. So from this you can say that all alkalis are bases because alkalis are base which is soluble in water. But if you see base, okay, bases are of two types, one that are soluble and one that are not soluble. So those bases which are soluble are known as alkali. Right. So all alkalis are bases but not all bases are alkalis because the insoluble bases are not alkalis. Right. So you should remember this, that all alkalis are bases but not all bases are alkalis. So alkali is nothing but a special example of base. So here you can see we have taken an example of sodium hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide in presence of water means in aqueous medium will yield sodium plus cation, sodium cation, okay, and hydroxyl OH minus as the only negatively charged ion. So we'll revise what are alkalis. Alkalis are compound which when dissolved in water gives hydroxyl ion as the only negatively charged ions. And alkalis are nothing but those bases which are soluble in water. Now let's go ahead. Now let us classify acids and bases. So on the basis of source of acid, that is from where the acid is obtained, the acids are divided into organic acids and inorganic acid. Organic, as the name suggests, are derived from plants. Example, citric acid, oxalic acid, tartaric acid and acetic acid. I hope you know from which plants these are all obtained. Now let's go to inorganic acids. So acids derived from minerals. Okay. So example, HCl, that is a hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, and HNO3, that is nitric acid. So the acids are classified on the base of source as organic and inorganic. Now on the basis of molecular composition of acid, that what is the composition of the acid, it is divided into hydra acids and oxy acids. Hydra acid means the acids which contains hydrogen. The name hydra suggests that those acids which has a hydrogen and a non-metallic element other than oxygen. Okay. For example, HCl. So HCl contains a H, that is a hydrogen, and a non-metallic element, that is chlorine, and it should not be oxygen, right? So HCl, HBr and HI, okay, are examples of hydra acids. Now what are oxy acids? The acids that contains hydrogen and another element an oxygen. So there has to be hydrogen, but there has to be a presence of oxygen also along with any another element. Okay, so HNO3 and H2SO4 are the examples of oxyacids. Here you can see it is containing H, it is containing oxygen, and it is containing nitrogen here and sulfur here. So on the basis of molecular composition, acids are divided into hydra acids and oxy acids. Now children, acids and bases can also be classified on the basis of strength of acid and bases. So what do you mean by strength of acid? So strength of an acid depends on concentration. Concentration of what? Of the hydronium ions present in aqueous solution of an acid. So the strength of alkali depends on the concentration of what? Concentration of hydroxyl ion. So strength of acid depends on how many hydronium ions are there, and strength of alkali depend on how many hydroxyl ions are there in the aqueous solution. So according to this, the acids are divided into strong acids and weak acids. Now what are strong acids? The acids that give high concentration of H plus ions on complete ionization in an aqueous solution. High concentration of hydronium ion, not H plus ion. Okay. So what are strong acids? Strong acids are those acids which give high concentration of hydronium ions on complete ionization in aqueous solution. Okay, the example are HNO3 and H2SO4. So if you take HNO3 and dissolve it in water, it dissociates completely. So now after dissociation, there will be only ions in the solution. So these are called strong acids which give lot of H3O plus ions in the aqueous solution. Then what are weak acids? Weak acids are those which give less hydronium ions. This is not H plus, less hydronium ions. So they are those which give less number of hydronium ions on ionization in aqueous solution, and they are said to be weak acids. So citric acid, formic acid, carbonic acid and acetic acid. These are examples of weak acids. So if you see here a weak acid, for example CH3COH, it is a weak acid. Okay, so when it dissolves in water, okay, this H plus ion will split and this H plus will associate with this water and will form hydronium ion, and it will form acetate ion, CH3COO minus ion, right? So when it dissolves in water, it does not form only this. Okay, so there will be many undissociated molecules present here. So in strong acids, it completely ionizes, therefore there will be no molecules. So if we take HCl, okay, HCl in water, it will give H3O plus and Cl minus. So in the solution you will get only ions, there will be no HCl present. But here along with these ions, there will be molecules of undissociated acetic acid also present. So this will partially decompose, partially dissociate to form ions, therefore less concentration. Here it will completely dissociate to give more concentration. Now let's look at strong alkalis. So alkalis which completely ionizes in water to produce large amount of hydroxide ions, that is O minus ions, are called strong alkali, like sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. So if we take an example of NaOH, okay, it ionizes in aqueous medium, that is in presence of water, to give sodium and OH minus. So it completely dissociate to give only ions. So in the solution there will be only ions and no molecules. Then what are weak alkalis? Alkalis which partially ionizes. This completely ionizes and this partially ionizes in water and produce small amount of hydroxide ions. Example, ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide. I'll show you. So if we take ammonium hydroxide, that is NH4OH, okay, it dissociates in presence of water to give ammonium ion and hydroxyl or hydroxide ion. Okay, so it does not dissociate completely to form only ions. So in the solution there will be ions and there will be this molecule also. So weak alkalis are those which will dissociate to give less concentration of this. Okay. So I hope it is very clear that strong acids and strong alkali dissociate completely to give a large amount of ions. Here it will give hydronium ions and here it will give hydroxyl ions. Whereas weak acids and weak alkalis are those which dissociate partially. Okay. So in the solution there will be ions and there will be undissociated molecules. So here the number of H3O plus ion and OH minus ions will be less. Now let's go ahead and understand the classification of acids and base on the basis of concentration. Okay. So what is concentration? It is the measure of the amount of solute that has been dissolved in a given amount of solvent or solution. So for example, if you take 2 glasses of water and you add sugar into each of them. In first glass you add a lot of sugar and in the second glass you add very little sugar. So which one will be concentrated? The first one, because in that the solute, that is the sugar, is more. So concentration of a solution is the measure of, that is how much, measure of solute that has been dissolved. So if more solute is dissolved, it is concentrated. If less solute is there and more of solvent is there, then it is diluted. So what is a concentrated and diluted solution? A concentrated solution is the one that has relatively large amount of dissolved solute, means solute is more. So when solute is more in the acid, it is known as concentrated acid. When solute is more in the alkali, it is known as concentrated alkali. Whereas a dilute solution is one which has relatively small amount of dissolved solute. So the acid which has less amount of dissolved solute is known as dilute acid and alkali which has less amount of dissolved solute is known as dilute alkali. So now students, on the basis of basicity of acids and acidity of bases, read this very carefully. Basicity of acids, what does that mean? So the basicity of acid is defined as the number of hydronium ions that can be produced by ionization of one molecule of that acid in aqueous solution. So if there is a one molecule of an acid, it dissociates to give how many hydronium ions is known as the basicity of that acid. So here I will give you an example of HCl. So HCl, when dissociates in water, that is in aqueous medium, okay, it will dissociate into H plus and Cl minus ion. So H plus ion will react with water to form a hydronium ion. Okay, so here there was one H plus ion, it reacted with water to form one hydronium ion and it formed a chloride ion. So here one molecule of HCl gave you one molecule of hydronium. So what will be its basicity? So the basicity of this acid HCl is equal to 1. Okay, because one molecule of HCl on dissociation gave one hydronium ion. So you can read, the basicity of an acid is defined as the number of hydronium ions that can be produced by ionization of one molecule of that acid in aqueous solution. So this type of an acid whose basicity is 1 is known as monobasic acid. Now why is it called mono? Because one. And why is it basic? Because what are bases which react with these hydronium ions to form salt and water. So it is giving one hydronium ion. That is why monobasic acid. Here this is a one step reaction. In one step HCl gave all the hydronium ions. So basicity is 1. It is a one step reaction. And which type of salts it will form? It will form only one type of salt, that is normal salt. What do you mean by normal salt? See, HCl will react with any base to give salt and water. So it will give NaCl and water. Now, so since there was only one replaceable hydrogen, so this sodium came here and replaced this hydrogen and formed salt. So this type of a salt which is formed by replacing the only hydrogen ion that was there is known as normal salt. Okay, because now in this salt there is no extra hydrogen that can be replaced. So a monobasic acid is one which gives one hydronium ion per molecule of that acid. It forms normal salt. This reaction is a one-step reaction and the basicity of this is 1. Now children, will take another example of acid. This is which acid? H2SO4 is sulfuric acid. So when this reacts with water, what happens in the aqueous medium? It dissociates. Now it has 2 hydrogen. Okay, so first when one of the hydrogen reacts with water, it will form hydronium. Now in this, one H is left, so one H is remaining and SO4 is remaining, and since this H left, okay, so one positive left, so here there will be one negative, so this will form HSO4 minus. Right, now this HSO4 here will again dissociate in water. Now here there is one H, so this H will react with water to form another hydronium ion, and since one more H is left, so one more negative charge will come, so it will become SO4 2 minus. Now if you add these two reactions, okay, now this HSO4 is on right hand side and this same is on the left hand side, so this gets mutually cancelled. So here you can see that H2SO4 in the aqueous medium gave you 1 and 2 hydronium ions and a sulfate anion. Okay, so here you can see one molecule of H2SO4 gave you 2 molecules of hydronium. That is why this is dibasic acid. And this is how many step reaction? 1 and 2. So this is a 2-step reaction, right? And which type of salts it can form? Now you see this H2SO4, when I react it with NaOH. Okay. Now what is one possibility? That this sodium replaces both the hydrogen here. So it will form Na2SO4, sodium sulfate and water. Right? You just have to now balance it. Now this is balanced. Okay, so what is this type of a salt known as? This is a normal salt because it has replaced all the hydrogen and now there is no hydrogen. But if you see that this H2SO4 when react with NaOH, same reaction, and now this sodium is replacing one of the hydrogen. Okay, so it will form Na. H remains because it has replaced only one hydrogen, so this H remains, so this forms NaHSO4, sodium bisulfate and water. So now this salt contains one extra hydrogen, so this is known as a acidic salt. So now what are dibasic acids? Dibasic acids are those acids which gives 2 hydronium ion per molecule of the acid. It is a 2-step reaction. It forms 2 types of salt, normal salt and acidic salt. Now children, we will talk about another acid, phosphoric acid, H3PO4. Now this in presence of water, that is an aqueous solution. Now here you can see there are 3 replaceable hydrogen atoms. So when one of the hydrogen reacts with water, it will form hydronium. Now since one H plus is left, so 2H is remaining, H2PO4, and since one positive has gone, so it becomes one negative, right? Now when this H2PO4 minus again in the aqueous medium, Okay. Now it has two hydrogen. One hydrogen goes and reacts with the water here and it will form hydronium. Now there is one hydrogen remaining. So one hydrogen, PO4. Now earlier it was 1 minus. Now since one more hydrogen has got, so it will form 2 minus. Right. Now when this HPO4 2 minus reacts with water in the aqueous medium, what happens? This last hydrogen also goes and reacts with this water. So again a hydronium ion is formed and now this H is left. So it will form PO4 3 minus. Okay. Now if you add all these three reactions, okay, H2PO4 on the right cancels here. This HPO4 2 minus gets cancelled with this. So if you write only the left hand side, it is H3PO4 one molecule in the aqueous medium reacted to form 1, 2, 3 hydronium ion and it formed PO4 3 minus. So this type of an acid in which one molecule of an acid gave 3 hydronium ions is known as tribasic acid. Tribasic acid. Okay. In how many reactions? In how many steps this reaction happened? 3 steps. Okay. So it is a 3-step reaction. It is known as tribasic acid. And how many salts will it form? It will form 3 salts because it has 3 replaceable hydrogen. So if all of the replaceable hydrogen are replaced by a metal ion, then it will form a normal salt. If 2 or 1 is replaced, it will form acidic salt. So it will form 1 normal salt and 2 acidic salts. So this was about tribasic acids. Now let us read about acidity of bases. Now the acidity of bases. So here now there will be number of hydroxyl ions. So what is acidity of bases? The number of hydroxyl ions, that is OH minus ions, which can be produced per molecule of the base in the aqueous medium. So here we will take an example of sodium hydroxide. Okay. Sodium hydroxide in the aqueous medium, that is in presence of water, forms sodium ions and hydroxyl ion or hydroxide ions. So one NaOH formed how many hydroxyl ions? 1. So that is why it is known as monoacidic base. Which type of base it is? Monoacidic. Okay. So this is a 1-step reaction. Now if you see copper hydroxide, cuprous hydroxide, okay, in presence of water, it will form copper 2 plus ions and it will form 2 hydroxide or hydroxyl ions. Okay. So since one molecule of this base gave you 2 molecules of hydroxide or hydroxyl ions, it is known as diacidic base. Now children, you must have noted that even for monoacidic base and diacidic base, both of them are 1-step reaction. Now if you see aluminium hydroxide, this also in aqueous medium gave aluminium 3 plus and 3 hydroxyl ions. So this is triacidic base. So I hope you understood basicity of acid and also acidity of bases very well. Just remember that here in acidity of bases, it is only a 1-step reaction. There it was 1-step, 2-step and 3-step reaction. There it formed different types of salts also. So now let us take these examples. HCl we already did. HCl has 1 replaceable hydrogen, so the basicity is 1. Okay. Here more examples are there, HNO3 and acetic acid. But here in acetic acid you see CH3COOH. Okay, you can see here that there are 4 hydrogen, but the replaceable is only this one. Okay, so when it ionizes, it will form acetate, that is CH3CO minus, and it will form 1 H plus, and this H plus will react with water to form 1 hydronium only. So the basicity of all the 3 acids is 1. Then H2SO4 we already saw that its basicity is 2, and H3PO4 also we saw that its basicity is 3 because it produced 3 hydronium ions. Here we saw NaOH gave 1 OH minus ion, so the acidity of this base is 1. Calcium hydroxide and copper hydroxide gave 2 because it has 2 hydroxyl ions. Here you can very easily see by the number that aluminium and iron hydroxide has an acidity of 3. Now let us read some of the uses of acids and bases. Here you can see that vinegar is used in many of the foods. So it is used in food, in cooking. Then eye wash uses boric acid. So boric acid can be used as an eye wash. Here I have given you interesting logos so that you can remember. Then in flavored drinks, carbonic acid is used, and in food preservation, citric acid is used. Here this is a very interesting use. This is known as pickling of metals. Here you can see these 2 metal pipes. This is having a lot of stains and rust. Okay, so the removal of these stains by using an acid is known as pickling of metals. So here hydrochloric acid is used in pickling of metals. Okay, tartaric acid is used in making baking powder, and oxalic acid is used as an ink stain remover. Now let us read the uses of bases. Now sodium hydroxide is used in making of soaps. Calcium hydroxide is used in making bleaching powder. This is a very interesting use. You can make out here that this is used as an antacid. So in our stomach, there's a lot of acid created when we eat a lot of spicy food. Okay, so at that time acidity is generated. So to neutralize the effect of the acid that is there in the stomach, we have to use some base. So magnesium hydroxide comes to rescue. Okay, so magnesium hydroxide acts as an antacid. It acts anti of acid and helps to release the acidity. Then here you can see aluminum hydroxide is used in fire extinguishers. Here this is softening of water. So in softening of water, calcium hydroxide is used, and then in removing the grease stains from our clothes, ammonium hydroxide is used. So these are some of the interesting uses of bases. Now here we will discuss about 2 theories that were there which talked about acids and bases. So there is this theory, Arrhenius theory, which said that acids are the substances which dissociate in aqueous solution to give H plus ions. And now what we say, acids are those substances which dissociate in aqueous medium to give hydronium ion as the only positively charged ion. But earlier Arrhenius has said about H plus ions. Okay, and he also said that strong acids dissociate almost completely while weak acid dissociates partially. This we already know. Now there was another theory, Lowry-Bronsted theory. What did he say? That acids are proton donors. What are proton? H plus. So HCl gave away this H plus, so it is an acid. And he said that bases are proton acceptor. So here you can see that NH3 is accepting this H plus and forming ammonium ion, NH4 plus ion. That is why ammonia is a base. Now the last topic of today's lecture, that is neutralization. We all know what is neutralization reaction. When acid reacts with base, they neutralize the effect of each other and form salt and water. So the process due to which H plus ions of an acid reacts completely with OH minus ions of a base to give salt and water only. So acid plus base is giving you salt and water. We can take the basic example, that is HCl plus which base will take NaOH. It will react to give salt and water. So here one more important term that we should know is heat of neutralization. So whenever a neutralization reaction takes place, there is also heat generated. Okay, triangle denotes heat. So the amount of heat liberated, okay, released when 1 gram equivalent of an acid or a base is completely neutralized. So if 1 gram equivalent of HCl or 1 gram equivalent of NaOH completely neutralizes, at that time the amount of heat energy that is liberated is known as heat of neutralization. So you should know this. So children, this was all about part 1 of the chapter acid, bases and salts. In our next video lesson of the same series of acid, bases and salt, I'll teach you the formation of hydronium ion and hydroxyl ions from acids and alkalis respectively. So do not forget to watch that video. Please subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed yet and tap on the bell icon for all notifications. And please share our channel with all your friends so they can also keep their learning on. Thank you and have a nice day.